Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Hex Tokens channel. Hope you guys are having a good time in good old hex.com land, because I do. And hey, the price is going to go up and down, and we just ride it through. We're stakers, so we're stakers, we're going to make it, and we love those sweet penalties as well. Let's get into it, folks. Let's get straight into it. Hope you guys subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, of course, on Hex Token channel. So very cool. Let's go. What day is it? We're on hexdailystats.com site, so this is the first one we're going to look at. This is day 689 and the 21st of October. This is the 24-hour snapshot, so it's just taking a snapshot of the price and all the other market details at that time. Gives us a nice comparison from day to day. It's not the real-time market price, which changes every moment, as it were. So price is at 28.22 cents, so down 5.7 cents, so 5.7%, I should say. So that's what's the 2 up days in the last 10 days there as well. So another day down there at 28. So it did break our 30-cent mark, but still holding up reasonably well there. So it does showing probably the tendency for weakness at the moment. Might go down to the supporting trend line. Might do another video on that supporting trend line as well. Now, previously I did a price video looking at the fact that it go down to 22 cents, and it did hit 22 cents. So pretty much on target. That was the second low probabilities, 26 and then 22. And of course, doomsday type of approaches were 16.5 and then down to 9 to 12 cents, kind of in those sort of stepping orders. So fortunately, it just hit 22. It did go all the way back up to 33.5, and now it's back down to 28. Didn't manage to go from 33.5, break through that 36 mark, which would have been pretty important for the bull mark. So now we're in a sideways movement. Does that make sense? So somewhere between 27.5 and 33 cents, kind of where we're sitting at the moment. But still, it's still not drifting too much down, but you would have to say it's got that slight downward bias at the moment. So it may go back down to the underlying trend line. I might do a video on that, as I say. So that's pretty much a quick cover of that. The ROI is just sitting at 4,999x from the all-time low of the 5th of January 2020, of course, and the payout per T-share 5.81. That's nice, folks. That's a little bit higher than the average, about 5.75. Very cool. We'll take that, and that's what I say: stake it and you make it. T-share price, of course, 5,377. Now that's obviously relatively low, so that's why I talk about Hex is a staking token. It is the first CD on the blockchain. That's why I say basically, if you can get cheaper T-shares, then it's time to get your Hex staked. Obviously, make sure you stake at a nice staking ladder. I don't recommend staking everything out 555, even though that gives you the most T-shares. Obviously, in the future, particularly if you're older, say 40 plus, then you should have a nice staking ladder. Whereas as opposed to if you're younger, you could definitely afford to stake out 555 on all of them, but I would definitely probably do a staking ladder in any case, just the way I think you should do it in terms of having a nice income flow is the way I would look at it. That's my recommendation there. All right, so T-share rate 19,052, same as yesterday, no change. So that's good for you if you want to get more Hex to stake those T-shares, pretty cool. And average stake length 5.77 years, up slightly from the last 5 days, so that's really cool. That's people staking slightly longer. That's nice. We want to see that for sure. The higher that is, the better. APY rate, that's the annual percentage yield. That includes interest and early end stakes. Penalties, those are people that break their promises, and so if you're staked, you get their basically Hex, which is beautiful. 37.32. Up quite nicely in the last couple of days, so we'll take that anytime. So better returns for stakers, as I always say. That's why I do highlight the staking over the market price at any particular point in time. All right, liquidity, 107.3 million Hex in there, and that's up from yesterday, obviously with the price moving down to that 28, almost 29 mark there. Cent mark, that is. Liquidity at 29,500 US dollars, and obviously reflecting the price, as well as the ETH dropping down to 2,909. Let's move over to a locked value. So total locked value 17.71 billion. The market cap, which everyone likes to look at, 161.62 billion. That's obviously down, reflecting the price as well. The T-share market cap 59.26 billion, also down, obviously reflecting the market price. Remember, T-share price is impacted by the Hex market price, and also the Hex share rate, which only goes up and to the right. That's why over time it's going to get harder and harder for the T-share price to go down, and more likely to go up, obviously, if both of those are going up. So pretty cool. T-shares are down 11 million and 21 1,827. This is obviously key number here. This represents all the T shares that stakers have. And so whatever T shares you have, you can compare it to this to find out what your percentage is, of course. If you have the Staker app wallet, you'll have different categories there, just but fun categories. And you know, if you've got 0.001, 0.001, 0, you know, you've got different percentage of the shares, you'll be a different type of sea creature. And of course, they have tinkering turtles, squids, and dolphins, and sharks, and all sort of good stuff there. So go check that out on Staker app. Change in T shares, 14,000 there. So 14,000 is the change. So it's down. It means people got maturing stakes, and we expect that, of course, in October, November, for that to happen. As plus, people have their short-term stakes maturing as well. Total supply of Hex, 635.5 billion Hex, just up slightly from yesterday. And the amount of Hex minted per day paid to stakers, 12.3 million. That's a really great day compared to yesterday, so very cool. Circulating supply of Hex, 572.7 billion Hex, and of course most of that's in the Origin wallet. That helps to support the valuation and of the project basically. So that's pretty cool. Just don't, if you think that's the total amount of liquid on the market, it's not. It's sitting basically inactive in the OA wallet, that's Origin wallet, and it controls, well, originally controlled up to about 90% or more. So pretty cool. It did sacrifice in the pulse chain of sacrifice, of course. So got to take that into account. Circulating supply is 54. It's up 54 million, and of course the stake supply up is sitting at 62.7, and that's actually down 41.8 million there. So that also reflects the T shares going down too, and of course that means that if you're staked, you've got getting a bit more reward there, aren't you? Which we saw that in the APY as well. So pretty cool. Staked, we'll jump past the GA2 numbers there. We'll go straight to the staked percentage. That's down from 9.88 to 9.87, which means that if you're in the staking class, you're doing a little bit better. Very cool. Hex payout, of course, is the bottom line for you. 64.1 million Hex paid out. Very nice to stakers, and include 1.9 million in penalties. So some early unstakes going on there, folks. It's great. If you're staking, you are getting that. You're getting a share of that. You're getting a share of all the stuff here. And of course, this is just the last 10 days, and we're on day 689. So if you've been staked since the beginning, you've been absolutely loving the penalties. Total holders, and this is huge. These numbers are very powerful, right? Is one of the key growth metrics for the Hex, and that's 373,139. That's up 548. These are great numbers that we're seeing, and we're not even up to the pulse chain fork. When that goes, you're going to see these jump back to thousands. It's going to be pretty cool as well. All right, so current stakers 68,670. Change in current stakers is 156. Total stakers 84,588, up 250, and change in current holders 233, up to 262,318. Beautiful stuff. Look at that. So 10 days ago 258,884, now 262,318. You like that, eh? I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. Growth, and that's why I say stake it, and don't worry too much about the price. On average, of course, on average. All right, so let's quickly go to economics and see how Hex is going on. The market has been killing it with Bitcoin, having obviously reached 67,000 and then pulled back here to 63. Obviously, it's going to go zigzaggy up there to probably to a new high, maybe 78,000, even 100K, and possibly we could have even a more extended bull market now that we've broken through a double top. Should be really exciting. That's down 3% at the moment, but still looking very bullish. Hex there sitting at 27 is real time now, not the times, the snapshot. 27.7 cents, down to 9.6% at the moment. And of course, this is kind of where the bottom is. Obviously, if it drifts down here, you're looking at back down to 22 cents again, and it would hit the trend line. I'll do a video on the trend line, see where that number exactly lies. But it's a long-term trend line with the old fractals on the chart there, so we're going to check that. All right, so 158.48 billion at the moment and 38.25 million in volume. Nice, 91% transparency. That's a fantastic result. Means that it's good volume. Nice. All right, let's jump out of there and go over. So that was on nomics.com. Let's go over to apphex.win charts, and it's one of my favorites, of course. We're going to check this out, and of course we've got the liquidity here, 43 million and 43. So what's that? 47.1% is in USDC, which is amazing, right? That's amazing. It's what I call a quasi-stable, as I always say. Obviously, it's not one-to-one backed by US dollars, but it's mostly in USD, which means you're not going to move up and down so much with the ETH and BTC pairs, but you'll move up and down based on the underlying demand for Hex and also just general sentiment, I guess, crypto sentiment. All right, so there we are, folks. The TC at the moment is at 5,258, so that's up about 260 bucks from our snapshot, and 8,764x from the 60 cents, what it was way back in January 2020. Awesome stuff. The TC looking good. It's just pulling back a little bit, nice and healthy. This is probably the most surprising thing here, but the way I see this price here is that it's just going to move sideways a little bit, maybe down a little bit more, but then move sideways before testing the old high, or just suddenly climb up for the old high, attacking that 50 cent mark again. This is my projections, probability, remember, not certainty. No one knows the absolute future, no matter who you're watching, talking about the price. It's just a probability scenario here. And of course, once it does that, it will probably move sideways, and then before moving up to the dollar plus couple dollar marks. That's kind of where we're looking at the next parabolic. All right, so very cool. The adoption, of course, look at that up and to the right with the stakers. Nice. Get stakers to make it. That's what I say. Share price up and to the right, so you can see all the fundamentals underneath up and to the right, and of course the T-share payout is what we all love. How much Hex can we get for T-shares? That's why if it's cheaper to get T-shares at the moment, get T-shares and stake them. Of course, you can DCA, of course. If you think the market price is going to go down, you even get cheaper T-shares. You can DCA in pretty nice there as well. Saw Randy Hilarski on YouTube, and shout out to Randy, picking up DCAing as the price was going down to 20 cents. Very nice as well. So good on Randy. All right, let's jump over to my favorite one. We're on Hex.vision site. We're going to go check my favorite chart here. Hopefully I'm going to get to the main dashboard. We're going to go to overview, of course, Hex.vision. We're going to the overview page. Check this out. Coming up 12 minutes here on the live stream. Like to not go too long here, but this is where we are at. Some nice stakes. A little bit of fall off here in the last couple of months. Last couple of candles there. And let's climb right down to the very bottom. And as you can see, we've got the October one here, and then the November one coming up once we're through that. Of course, that does include monthly rollover stakes, some OGs with big bags rolling over. We've seen that on the whale bot, of course, and we'll see some of these we're gonna restake to get T-shares. Some of them will just keep rolling over monthly to monthly, adding on to some of these other candles as they go, and of course some of them will end up selling weak hands, paper hands, of course. But by the time we get to December, maybe the late December, we should see maybe a Christmas Eve launch of Pulse Chain. That could be pretty awesome, something like that. That'd be a really nice Christmas present, wouldn't it? So we'll look forward to that. All right, so pretty cool. Let's check out Richard Hart. I think I've got Richard Hart here. There we are. Let's have a look here. Richard Hart, actually haven't queued this up. Let's go back last 24 hours. We'd like to do that. How are we going here? So Richard live streamed there. Don't forget to check that out. That live stream. I think I posted it in yesterday's video. Check out yesterday's video if you want to pick that up on the description. Let's keep going here. There's a film being made. This is 12 hours ago. A film is being made about Hex and I. Looks awesome so far. They want to take it to the next level. Donating helps them do that. Check out the sizzle reel at highest of stakes. So you can see that the actual promo video on this channel. You can just look up the highest of stakes. That we've got a video on that already. 850 million could have been drained on Matic Polygon. Talking about Polygon double spend, a bug fix there. So that was an issue there. Some of the risks, of course, that do occur on Polygon. What else we got? I've just gone out of there. Don't know how I did that. Hey, should have flipped out. Come back. All right, so I seem to have jumped out of there. I'm not sure how I did that, but that's just the way we roll. Let's see if I can get back into Richard Hart there. All right, before we finish. The video's going a little bit longer than I normally like to do, but hey, that's just a few little clicks, too many clicks, I guess, the way we're going there. All right, so we got Richard Hart Bitcoin. If you want to see my apology, you have to watch yesterday's live stream as well about the Bitcoin going to a new high. And most of Richard's prediction was based on the 2017-18 price movements, so pretty cool. And that's it. So pretty light touch there, but some great stuff from Richard in Europe. And obviously this document's going to be epic. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and I'll catch you again tomorrow, of course. stake it to make it. That's what I always say. And look forward to some more videos from me on this channel. All right, take care now, and I'll see you in the next one.